neighbor.
Neighbor.
I want to tell you.
I want to tell you
That God loves you.
that God loves you.
Maybe that neighbor is not preaching well. Look for another neighbor that can preach. And touch the neighbor, push the neighbor like they say, neighbor.
Neighbor.
I want to tell you.
I want to tell you
God loves you.
God loves you.
Now I want you to talk to another neighbor again so that you remember the preaching. Say, neighbor. It does not matter.
It does not matter
What you have done.
what you have
It
done.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
How bad
how bad
your yesterday was.
your yesterday
I have
was.
come to tell you
I've come to tell
that
you
God loves you.
that God loves you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, sir.
I want you to know God loves you.
God loves you.
It doesn't matter who gave birth to you. It doesn't matter where you came from. Whether you came from environments where they don't appreciate you, whether you came from a place where people don't value you, I want you to know God loves you. God values you. You are very important to God. Are you hearing me now? You are very, very important. Don't look down on yourself. Don't allow situation to make you look down on yourself. Don't allow what people say to make you look down on yourself. You are very important to God. Are we still here now? If it was just one person, Jesus Christ would have still come. If it was just for one person, I would have still been here preaching on this crusade, because you are very important to God. Are you hearing me now? He said, for God so. He didn't say God loved the world. He said God so loved the world. He gave his only begotten son. Who is that son that he gave? He gave Jesus. He gave Jesus as a sacrifice. Are you hearing me now? You know, in the book of Genesis, for those of us that are familiar with the Bible, man committed treason. God told them of every tree in the garden you can eat, but of this particular tree don't eat, for the day you eat of it you shall surely die. That death that God was talking about was not physical death, it was spiritual death. It's a death that you will not be disconnected from God. Now I want you to know, for those that care to know, that there are three kinds of death. Are you hearing me now? How many kinds of death?
Three.
The first one is what we call physical death. Somebody say physical death.
Physical death.
Physical death is when somebody dies physically. When the person dies, I came here yesterday evening, I was informed that we lost a dear sister here. That is a physical death. The fact that somebody died physically, it doesn't mean the person is gone. What just happened is that the person left this physical body. This physical body is like a house. It is just sand. That is why when somebody died, they put the person in the sand. That is not the real person. It is the house that the person is staying. Are you hearing me now? That is physical death. Then the other death is what we call spiritual death. Spiritual death is when somebody is disconnected from God. Are you hearing me now? Somebody might be alive physically, might be going to his work, be doing everything he's doing, but is disconnected from God. The person is dead spiritually. Listen to me, he's alive physically, but spiritually he's what? He's dead. Are we hearing me now? Then the third kind of death is what we call eternal death. Somebody say eternal death.
Eternal death.
Somebody say eternal death. Eternal death is the one that will happen when all of us will stand before God. Now I want you to know that a day will come that we will all stand before God. Are you hearing me now? Everyone, the Bible says it is appointed unto man once to die, and after death is what?
Judgment.
It's judgment. So one day we will stand before God. We will give account how we lived our life. The air that God gave us to breathe, He will give account what you did with the air. The beauty that God gave to you, you will give account what you did with the beauty. The money that God gave to you, you will give account what you did with the money. The connection that God gave to you.